Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm doing something a little bit different in May. I'm doing 15 days of YouTube videos with Heather's Crafty Life. The links to the other ladies participating will be below. And for day two, which is the first one I actually voiceovered, so that's the first time I'm doing this, it is a sketch. So up in the upper left-hand corner is the sketch that Heather's using. I am not going to be participating exactly the same way she is. She's doing some art journals and a COVID album and those kinds of things. And I'm going to kind of work it to where I'm doing as close as I can to what she's doing. But for the sketches and the Pinterest days, I will be doing those just like she is. So for this one, I am following the sketch pretty close to what it is. I really, really, really liked this sketch. I liked the idea of a banner and a tag and a big border across the middle. And then it had the snowflakes. And I have the Reaching Out collection. And the Reaching Out collection has a acetate floral piece in white, and then this wood grain with white flowers on it. And those of you that have watched my videos for a while know I'm not a huge fan of wood grain, but what I am a fan of is that white with that tan or khaki kind of color, craft color behind it. And so I mimicked that white floral paper by putting the white acetate on a khaki sheet. And I'm using that as kind of the snowflakes that are around the page in the sketch. And then I'm going to pull the rest of some reaching out papers to kind of make it work. Now, this heart paper is really pretty, and I thought all along that I was going to fussy cut these hearts out, but instead I'm going to use it kind of as the big strip down the middle. And that navy blue floral square, in my heart of hearts, I wish I had cut that and just used two strips so I didn't waste that whole piece, but it's too late now, and I know I can order more at my little scrapbook store. So I'm going to put that link below for those of you that are also looking at this paper going, it is gorgeous. This Reaching Out collection just really spoke to me. I don't know what it was about it, but it has rainbows, but not like the little kid rainbows. It has rainbows in kind of an adult way. It has, two women sitting together as friends on the cards, the Project Life cards. It just really spoke to me. And to me, that's important when you're looking at a collection is kind of what spoke to you. And I've actually already asked Michelle at my little scrapbook store if I could order another set of paper because it's just, I've used this paper up and it's just so beautiful. It was one of those collections that just really made a difference to me. So I used that blue paper to back the photo, and if you'll notice in the picture, there were three photos across that strip. And instead, what I'm doing is using one photo on the banner. So it's a little bit different. Now here is a die cut that I got from Close to My Heart, and I'll put a link to, I think Tisa, who's probably participating in this, is a Close to My Heart dealer. Otherwise, if you have one, you can use whoever, but these tab die cuts, amazing. I absolutely love them, and they come with a set of stamps that you can use to put on there, but I have found that you can use almost any stamps or letter stickers. And basically, I'm showing you what I do, but you just kind of put it across. Now, you have to go up and down, and if you have a Cuttlebug. Now, if you have a bigger machine, it'll work. The Cuttlebug, as always, is kind of the rock star of my die cutting, and I absolutely love it. And I just go ahead and use some washi to set it down, and then it creates a tab. So now I have my own file folder for whatever it is I want to use it for. And for this case, I'm going to use it on top of the photos to add another paper layer. Um, it's just really, really a cool tool. So there's my file folder up there at the top. You can kind of see it. And then I also die cut a tab out. And I know if you go back and look, the very first of my, from the scrapbooking series, I used those tag die cuts. Same one, just punched out, I just cut out a tag. And I really have been using my die cuts a lot more lately, and I have enjoyed them. It really does help to, just extend your paper stash. I think I also cut a little circle out. I went online and I bought one of those circle punches, just the reinforcer punches. It's made all the difference in just being able to get a piece of paper. So apparently I was typing something at the same time. Look at that. I think I actually did this during Heather's Crafty Life live scrap and chat for her Patreon members or Patreon members. If you're not a member of Heather's Patreon group, I will link you that below too. It's a lot of fun, and I've met a lot of really cool people. And that's how I got the opportunity to participate in this, is that I am a member of her group. So she's actually doing 15 additional videos for those of us that are Patreon members. So the YouTube hop is the first 15 days, and then the Patreon is the second 15 days. So we're actually getting 30 videos from her in the month of May. So that's pretty exciting. But for me, I'm just going to do 15, and this is the most I've ever committed to do YouTube videos. Now, during December Daily, I do usually 25 you do 25 pages, back to back, but I don't record them and I don't edit them. So I'm actually working on this in April, just to try to start getting these done. So this is the most extensive I've ever done for a sketch or for a hop. So we'll see how I do. So I went ahead and searched through my stamps, and I found one that says today. I believe it was a Heidi Swap set. And then I found some blocks, and I think they say love this or love this more, or I can't really remember what it says. But we'll see it when we get to the close-ups. But I'm just stamping, and I'm using, I believe, Chipped Sapphire, Distress Oxide, just to stamp that across the top. And I'm just making that banner work. This is really kind of fun just to follow the sketch and make it work for you. So now I need to glue everything down. Now the most important thing is the acetate will show any adhesive. So I need to make sure I am just going to put adhesive in the middle of this khaki sheet and stick the acetate down. So it is not going to be stuck down on the edges, and I'm okay with that. Some people would not be okay with that. So if you're one of those people, which is fine, you might want to sew along the edges of it. That would keep it down and look cool. Maybe do a decorative brad, those kinds of things. Those are other ways you could do it. But basically, these clear acetates will show almost any adhesive. I've had some luck with like the vellum adhesive, but not a lot. So I already glued down that heart paper before I put my file folder down. So I'm going to just cut that down. And the whole idea here is that I wanted to just have the layers like they had in the sketch. And I'm really enjoying how this all kind of turns out and comes together. It is not a big stretch from what the sketch is, although I don't have 3 photos. But I do like how I was able to take the sketch and make it work for what I wanted it to be. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is start embellishing, and I'm using mainly the Reaching Out embellishment packs, and I'm just pulling the things out that they have in there. There's a lot of really cool kind of embellishments. There's also some like sunglasses and those kinds of things that I haven't even started using yet. So when I say like there's adult rainbows, like that heart floral rainbow, I just absolutely love it. This is a rainbow with flowers. So it's kind of a little more fun. It's a little less, I don't know, it's not the big, bright, happy rainbow all the time. I love that sun, and I wanted to put that with the rainbow. And I just heard my cat jump down behind me. So we may be interrupted here in this voiceover, but maybe we can make it through. So like I said, I'm just sticking down things. The next thing I'm going to do is find a title. Now, I didn't find any words in the collection that I really liked. So I did have this old, and I want to say it's Paige Evans, and I could be 100% wrong. But I had this old collection that really worked. It was Love and Happiness. But I tried to put the blue over those florals or over those hearts, and it just wasn't working. So I ended up moving those around, and luckily these could move so that you could see it. But I was able to kind of move these around until I could see the happiness. So there you go. And now I wanted to say and I didn't have an and sticker. So I just went to a Heidi Swap set, went back to that Chipped Sapphire, and I put the and there. It's a little bit grungy, but I think that's okay because it kind of goes with the feel of the page. I know some people would not be okay with that. Um, that I actually I lost the dot. Somewhere in putting that on the page, I lost the dot, but there was a middle of a flower that I had kept on the sticker page, and I was able to use that as a dot. So you just have to make it work for you. That's kind of my philosophy lately is you have to make it work. So I think I have most of this page together now, and I am going to struggle with this ribbon through that hole like you will not believe. I try to tie it, I try to push it through, I try to make a bow. And so I am just going to cut that part out because you don't need to see me struggle. And look, all of a sudden, the ribbon is in the hole. I purposely edited that out because I'm going to tell you that would have added 5 minutes. 5 minutes of me trying to figure out how to put a ribbon through a hole. Sometimes things just are a lot harder than you think they should be. So now I'm just attaching all of the ephemera, and some of them I'm going to pop up on foam. Some of them I'm just going to put flat on the page. And I really, this is one of those pages that when I look at it, I'm very happy with. Um, I know my lighting is not great on these, and I have a little bit of a fisheye angle or fisheye lens going on. I have ordered a new camera webcam, and I'm hoping I get it in soon, and maybe some of these videos you'll start seeing are a little bit better quality, but we are working on it. And um, you know, I don't YouTube as a job, so it's hard for me to justify like really expensive cameras, but I would like to have slightly better quality than this. So finally, I ended up cutting a square in half, and I used the foam on that. And I think that is the end of the embellishments. And I stuck that right on the heart. Nope, I'm still sticking things on. Sometimes more is more. And this was one of those times where I just kept sticking things on. I love the florals. Really, this Reaching Out collection is it's probably the first collection I've had in a long time where I really love all of it. That's the last piece I do is that arrow. That arrow just, I really liked it and I just wanted to add it on there. It's not even Calvin Ball anymore. So here's a couple of close-ups of the page, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Please check out the other ladies doing the 15 days with Heather's Crafty Life. And if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Thanks.